In the quiet of the night,
ladies,
I hear a whisper in
gentlemen, welcome
a fragile
to the Guitar
tone
Angle.
that pulls me gently
Angle.
through the fire. Every chord remembers you.
Every chord remembers you.
Every note becomes a name.
Every note becomes your name.
Reaching through the frequencies, but nothing sounds the same.
Ooh, baby, baby. Do you feel it? Do you feel the athleticism? The electric guitar? The smoking amp on the stage? The crowd going wild? Do you feel it? Or are you just walking through life, not being athletic in electric guitar? Ladies and gentlemen, ooh, baby, baby, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, because we're about to begin the most athletic guitar stream ever, ever, ever. Start the clock.
Of Sorenzo. Of Sorenzo.
Woo! Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to the Guitar Angle. Ooh, baby, baby. This music is athletic already. Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to the Guitar Angle. I am your host with the most, Mr. Sorenzo, and ooh, I gotta tell you something. Stop the music! Thank you. I gotta tell you something. I am in the mood today. I am in a crazy mood today. Do you know why? because we have this one rare and kickin' stream. That's right, for you today. Look at me. Look into my beautiful eyes. Look. We're ready to go, are you? You better be. Because this is what we're going to do today. Today, we've got this athletic stream. We're going to first talk about Ernieball's Stingray 2. That was a bit of a thing going on there. Ernieball's Stingray 2 guitar. We're going to talk about that. Not the crappy Stingray 1. The good Stingray 2. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about a couple of news about Metallica and Yamaha guitars. Then we are going to review one of my favorite Mayones guitars, the Cardinal. We're going to talk about that. What else we're going to talk about? Some news about Joe Satriani. Didn't like him. I'm kidding. We're going to then review PR's Zack Mayer's signature, and then we are going to be talking about an awesome kick-ass Charvel guitar, which I saw it and I'm like, this is interesting. Ooh, baby, baby. Are you guys ready to roll? Because we are, man, I gotta tell you, we are ready to go. And man, you guys might not know this, but I spent the whole week trying to fix a few things here and there on the stream and improve things a little bit. So I'll tell you guys what the changes are, okay? First, when we are in the look at me view, we're gonna see this. So your chats are gonna show up there, and eventually you guys are gonna go crazy in chat. I'm gonna talk here, this is there. I thought it's an idea worth testing and see how we go with it. That's the first change. Second change, as you guys can see, there are acoustic panels behind me now, and the reason for that was because when I was checking out our streams so far, because we're in episode 59. We are in episode 59, could you believe it? 59 episodes, right? And what's happening is that when I listen to the audio, and now let me pause this, right? Pause it, all right? The audio quality that I had in other streams wasn't really up to the mark. It wasn't worthy of your ears. That's genuinely what I thought. I'm like, man, I got to give him something better. This is not good. At the beginning of the stream, we talk about athleticism, being ready to go. These guys come in with energy. Like, they are ready to go with everything. And then we're just giving them a crap sound, and that's not good. I didn't like it. So I ordered a bunch of these. There's a whole lot of them more there that I haven't installed yet, haven't had the time to do it, and I will. But I spent hours trying to tune the sound of microphone. So you guys give me the feedback and tell me if it's better, right? Is this current setup a little better? I even bought one of these, which my cats destroyed it. Essentially, this thing goes on top of the mic, but the reason I chose not to use it is because it's going to be like this ginormous black thing in front of me, and you guys won't be able to see things properly, so we didn't use it. But anyways, we spent a lot of time trying to fine-tune the sound of this baby. You guys let me know how you feel about the new setup, new sound, and then we'll adjust it so that when you guys watch, you get like more out of it, right? Like you had more fun doing it, you chill and vibe when you're here. That's the purpose of it. So that's the idea, okay? I thought to let you know about like the changes that we've been through. Vadim, how are you? Vadim says, I expected a beard, dude. I know. It's it's been a while since I had either. So happy Saturday, brother. Hope you're well. Zuhair says, evening, Sorenzo. I'm good. How about your effing self? I'm good, man. I am feeling athletic. I gotta tell you, I had a very productive week. Really productive. Usually, like, because I worked a lot, like by around 2 a.m., that's usually the time that I go to bed, and I wake up at 9 because I work mostly from home. On Friday night, I was so I had like headaches at 11 p.m. and I usually don't get it. Like I was so sleep deprived. So I had a solid 7 hour in and I'm feeling athletic, like ready to go. So I'm good. Doroteo says Metallica no longer with ESP. Metallica is with ESP. They're celebrating their 50-year anniversary. And now that you brought it up, that actually can be our first item on the docket, man. Good to see you. How you doing? Vadim says Sheriff mustache is good too. Let's see. Let's see if it works. Hold on. What do you guys think? Was it good? By the way, this is not some sock. This is the mask, the black mask, the skin mask I wore under the Nazgul costume. I'm not sure if you guys saw the latest short that I posted. So the latest short I posted, I was in a Nazgul costume. And I had this on so that my face doesn't show under that metal helmet. And I'll show you guys the... Damn it, I can't show you guys. But if you go on my YouTube channel or Instagram on my shorts, there's a full Nazgul costume with a heavy metal helmet. The freaking thing is heavy, by the way. Like, now I appreciate the hardship that Sleep Token and Slipknot go through. Like, I don't think their masks are as heavy as mine, but it's difficult to play when you got a mask on. But this black thingy that I've got here, check this out. So essentially it's a see-through. And if you got like a metal mask or something on and you don't want people to see your face, this is something that you put on and it does the job. So that's what this thing is for. Vadim says, needs some work, but it's still in the right direction. I like that idea. Sounds good. By the way, now that Doroteo asked, if I disappear, just know that it's 2:23 a.m. here. Fair enough, dude. Yeah, fair enough. Thanks so freaking much for joining at 2:30 in the morning. I'm grateful without trying to be flattering or exaggerating like how I feel about it. I'm beyond grateful that you guys joined at that time, man. Appreciate you guys. Really, really, really. Zorcher says, doing good. Zohair in the house. Hell yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okie dokes. Doroteo, this was the news that you asked about. So, this is the thing. EMG is celebrating 50 years of active pickup innovation, essentially. And to honor that, to celebrate that 50-year EMG active anniversary, they're doing some pickups for Metallica, essentially. So they're James, Kirk, and Robert, the bassist, are going to be getting new updated sets. And essentially it's mostly aesthetic changes predominantly, right? So Metallica is helping EMG celebrate its 50th anniversary by dropping new special edition finish options for each of their pickup sets. That's the idea. And so essentially, because you guys know this, right? Like, I know Kirk plays with his greenies a lot, and the greenies got their greenie Bucker custom pickups on them. But outside of that, both of those guys predominantly have been playing EMGs, like 8185s. Kirk then switched to 8160s at some point. But that's what they were on for, like, they are the reasons why, probably. They are the main reasons why EMG 8185s are so popular. Because it was this whole thrash era in the 80s and 90s, like them, Metallica, Anthrax, Megadeth, Slayer. All of them at some point on their rise, like they were on EMGs. So they're a reason why, probably. But yeah, this is the news on it. And I thought this was interesting. And the reason I thought this was interesting was that, so recently, and I told you guys a little earlier too, right? Because I have a guitar buying addiction, right? So if I'm honest with myself and if I'm honest with you guys, I have a guitar buying addiction, and that's not good for your bank account. And so this is the reality, right? Because if you buy firsthand and you're trying to sell it, you're definitely going to take some loss on the chin, a hard loss, because on a good day you can sell it for 70% of its retail on a good day if you're lucky. And if you buy secondhand, it retains its value a lot better depending on the brand, like if it's a Gibson or a Fender, right? But unless you hold it for a while, which is what I'm starting to do now, you lose money on it. So, but the thing is, what I thought was like, okay, well, I have this buying addiction. Why? And I'm like, all right, part of it is to try something new, to get a new sound. And I'm like, okay, well, instead of buying a new guitar, can I buy new pickups and put them in new guitars? I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And it's a lot cheaper. So I'm shifting my attention to that a little bit. And then I bought a new guitar 2 days ago. So I had this news ready like yesterday. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this and I'm going to tell everybody how of a changed man I am. I'm a different man now. I don't buy guitars anymore. I mod my guitars only, and maybe once a year buy a new guitar. That's what I'm going to do. And then I realized how hypocritical and how dishonest that would have been if I would have said something like that. Because I literally bought another one 2 days ago and it's on its way. So I don't know. But it's an interesting news for anybody that is interested in modding their guitars with new looking EMGs, Kirk Hammett and James Hetfield signatures. By all means, this is a really good news for you. And so, yeah. Zach Wild 2 says Vadim. Yeah, right, you're right. Zach Wild, he's still on EMGs. If you go to, if I'm not mistaken, if I check out Zach Wild Audio, I think Schecter produces them, right? So like the Wrath Hammer is one of the recent models that Schecter did for Zack. If I'm not mistaken, they are coming with EMGs as well. Here we go. There it is. And we covered the Wrath Hammer in one of the earlier streams. I don't know, sometime. Look at this special they're on, by the way. Look at that. From 2,600 Aussie dollars. I think they're Aussie dollars. We should confirm that. We should confirm that, actually. But they're on a nice special. It's not a bad special at all. Doesn't mean that it's not selling well. But yeah, there are EMGs on them. I don't remember what they're... EMG 8195, look at that. Vadim's on the... Vadim, again, on the money with your guitar info, brother. EMG 8195s, look at that. Ha. Awesome. Yeehaw. By the way, this guitar looks awesome. I love this guitar. The neck, not so much the body. Body is okay, but the neck, the headstock, the inlays, they look so good. They look so good. Like, look at that. Yeah. The only thing that made the neck better, probably, like one of the things that would have made the neck better was if they made it like roasted maple. Oof, oof. That would have made it athletic. That would have made it athletic. Wouldn't it? 20.3 mils on the first fret, the thickness, and then 23.8 on the 12th. So it's medium. It's not like thin, right? 14 inches in the radius, 22x jumbo frets. Comes with a Graphtec XL nut, but the nut width is 43, so it's a little bit more old school. Yeah. But yeah, Vadim's right. Zach Wild's too has EMG 8185s. Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy we're still using it? Isn't it crazy with Metallica or the thrash? Isn't it crazy that 50 years later we're still playing those songs? Like, new kids are still playing Master of Puppets. I went to Ultimate Guitar the other day. I'll show you guys. Right? Because I have a membership at Ultimate Guitar. By the way, I'm not sponsored by them or anything. It's just a product that I use for myself when I'm playing and for my students, right? So, but check this out. So if I go here, so I'm on Ultimate Guitar, which is probably the biggest guitar tab repository right now online, right? And if I go to metal, today's most popular. Metallica Master of Puppets with 900 hits, clicks. Metallica Enter Sandman, Metallica Fade to Black, Metallica 1, and then it's Evanescence Bring Me to Life, and then Ozzy Osbourne Crazy Train. The top 4 music in 2026 that people look for to play, the top 4 are Metallica's, and the first, like the number of clicks of the first and the fifth is like twice the difference, like 500, not about 1,000 if you round them up. It's not even close. And then this is today's, right? And if you go to all time, so this is popular of all time, it's the same songs, just the order has changed. So 1 had 9 million hits since this was on this website. Master of Puppets had 9 million. Fade to Black had 8 million. Enter Sandman had 7 million. Crazy Train had almost 6 million. 50 years later, as of a week ago, the album Master of Puppets turned 40. About a week ago. Right? 40 years old. 40 years later, 12-year-old kids are still inspired to play these songs, and we still have EMG 8185s on the guitars. Isn't this insane? Like, isn't this impact insane? If this doesn't baffle you, if this doesn't like get you, if you're passionate about metal music and electric guitars, if this doesn't have a cognitive weight on you to just sit back and just have a think about it, the guys are insane. And I think Nothing Else Matters was one of the best songs ever written in the history of humankind. And I'll like die on that hill. But then go check this out. So popular of all time, go down. Ozzy Osbourne, Avenged Sevenfold, Black Sabbath, Jerry C, and then Metallica. You know what I mean? It's not like just those top songs. It's insanity. It's insanity. Like, how big can you possibly be? Like, unbelievable, these guys. Anyways. Vadim says also Chimera, Soil, Gary Holt, and lots of other guys. Yeah, Gary Holt's guitar, ESP. He has an Arrow, I think, an Arrow LTD signature. Chimera's Guitarist has a legit YouTube channel. I'll check it out. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. Doroteo says, Sorenzo, you remember when Master of Puppet album came out? I bought it on cassette at my local supermarket. I don't remember when it came out because I wasn't born at the time. So when I first heard the Master of Puppets album, I was 10. I think I was about 10. And a friend of ours brought a cassette. I remember cassettes on cassette players. I was at the time when I was like, what we usually used was CDs and CD-ROMs, not even DVDs, like old CDs, that if you didn't clean them properly, they didn't work. At the time, I was mostly using those, but we had cassettes and cassette players at home. My parents, like, whatever they listened to on cassettes. My friend brought in a Master of Puppet cassette for me, and I was about 10. And that was probably about 15, 20 years after it came out. 20 years probably after it came out. So I got onto Master of Puppets a lot later. And again, to this day, still one of my favorite albums. It's insane. These guys are... Metallica is insane. With Master of Puppets on the Black Album, man. Like, how does that happen? How does one do that? Do you know what I mean? Like, how does one become a James in terms of writing music and running that business and doing shows like that and becoming this big? If like it's one of those things, right? Like, there are times when I look at my, for example, followers on Instagram. We grew the channel for almost 13,000 followers. The Facebook channel, almost 10,000. YouTube subscribers, almost 3,300. And I've been doing this for 4 years. And sometimes I look at it, I'm like, nice. People are finding it valuable. Good. And then I look at Metallica and I'm like, why am I so useless? You know what I mean? Like, I just look at him and I'm like, this is not good. It makes you grounded like that when you look at, like, anytime you guys like felt like you need to get more based and more grounded, have a look at Metallica's Success. It'll do you magic, as it does for me. Humbles you, right? It humbles you, right? But it's interesting, huh? Doroteo says, I bought it on a cassette on my local supermarket. That's insane. And what's weird is that you can't find cassettes on, like, anywhere. You have to go to, like, antique shops now to buy cassettes. Isn't it insane? Not even CDs and DVDs. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. Adam says he's not that old. Lol. I'm getting older, dude. Time doesn't wait for anybody, you know. But the advantage that, like, a generation before me has is that you guys went through the magical time of guitar, and you saw it, you witnessed it. You witnessed how it naturally grew without internet and anything else. That must have been magical, right? Rob Arnold from Chimera says Doroteo. Yeah, okay. I'll check him out, dude. That the channel you're talking about. Okay. Zuhair says certain messages don't go through, and I took a photo and sent you on IG for later. Okay, dude, I'll check it out. I'll check it after the stream. Doroteo says, Ride the Lightning and MOP Song Per Song are Metallica's best two albums. Really good albums. Ride the Lightning is pretty good too. I love the track Ride the Lightning. Like, they just started with a statement. Yeah. But anyways. Interesting, huh? Vadim says, I'm 35, not that old. I guess you're about the same. 5 years younger, Max. No, I'm 34. So, I turned 34 about a month or so ago. So, yeah. Not that different. Yeah. Zuhair says, good thing about this view is that it shows me that there is about 6-10 seconds delay between my sending and you receiving. Yeah, there's a little bit of delay. And what I put the YouTube setting on, like, minimum latency so that it reduces the lag between the time you guys send something and I see it. But I think this view kind of gives you a bit of an idea of what I see. Isn't it nice? I think you guys can see your chats, but you can also then see how I'm reacting to it in real time. I thought that would be fun. All right. Shall we jump to the next item on the docket? The first item on the docket, actually, if you think about it. Let's talk about this. So, you guys know, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it, but Music Man Stingray basses, right? Very famous basses, very iconic. I'll be surprised if somebody here doesn't know about him or haven't seen him before. But very iconic Music Man design. This design. And they've been around, if I'm not mistaken, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but easily since the 80s. And they have this very iconic look with the circular pickguard in the middle. And you have these, like, your volume and tone knobs somehow there down at the bottom. This was a very revolutionary Ernieball design. Very unique to Ernieball. Right. And it's like, you know, all well and good. Fantastic. Now, what Ernieball did, if I'm not mistaken, sometime after or in parallel, I'm not exactly sure about the timeline, but then what came out after was this Stingray guitar, right? But the thing with Stingray guitar was that despite the fact that it had its unique looks, it missed that iconic look that the bass had. Namely, you know, the knobs and the pickguard in the middle, just the aesthetic of that, right? So yeah, it had some unique features. The bridge was an interesting design, not this one, which is basically a two-nomatic, but like this, right? And again, your tone and volume plate, kind of interesting, you know, fine. And then Ernieball came back with the second edition, the Stingray 2 collection, which now has that iconic bass look. And I loved it when I saw it. I'm like, this is so good. This is interesting. Would I buy something like this? Probably not, because I don't think it sits with in the same frequency as I am. Like, it's not for me. But I thought the aesthetics and the design is superb. I really liked it. And I thought I really want to take you guys through this one. Yeah. So let's talk about it. Vadim, I saw the question. I'll get back to you after this. So check this out. So let's go to the Stingray 2 Deluxe. And the reason I'm going to the deluxe one is because the fretboard looks insane. Right. Stingray 2. Meet the Ernieball Music Mass Stingray 2 Deluxe, designed in collaboration with Corey Wong. We know Corey Wong. To deliver clarity, versatility, precision, yada yada. The ultra clean Corey Wong HD humbuckers are engineered for players seeking pristine articulation, exceptional balance. So essentially, they're talking about high dynamic range, balanced tone, versatile. That's what we're going for. That's the Stingray 2. Right. Now, price tag, obviously insane. Like $3,300 is a ginormous amount of money. Right. But I gotta show you guys this. What is this, by the way? Oh, yeah, okay. Look at that. Isn't this beautiful? Like, Sean, hey, how are you, Sean? Sean says so much gold. I love it. Like, it looks like it has gold in the fretboard. Literally, look at this. Like, it just shines. I love it. I really do. This is more gold. It's like an Ernieball bridge. And interestingly enough, this is not body through, by the way. It's not a string through design, because Ernieball has a very similar design for a floating bridge, which is on the Kaizen, for example, that I have at home. That one is sting through. So the strings go through the body, but this one is not. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. And then look at that. The neck is the seller for me, my lord. I love this neck. Ah, the neck is so good. I told you guys on the last stream, Mother Nature never loses. Let her do her job, man. Let her do her job. Look at these patterns here. All right, enough with blabbering over the neck. Let's have a listen to this little thingy, shall we? Let me pause the music and then prepare this for y'all, for us to then have a beautiful listen to this guitar. Let's go. There we go. Wasn't that good? That was pretty nice, right? It's a very versatile pickup. And you get Corey Wong is, Corey Wong does what Corey Wong does. But I thought it's an interesting guitar. If somebody is into like that kind of vibe, this is the way to go, right? Vadim says bass is Patrick, while Stingray is Squidward or SMTH or Smith, like that. Stingray 2 is Patrick with mustache and stuff. It took me a second. Okay. Doroteo says, missed it. Oh, I think the body would look better in a solid color with no pickguard. What do you think? That's an interesting point. Without the pickguard. I mean, we'll probably loses all that iconic look of the Stingray. But how would that look in a new model? Let's go back up here. It'll probably look very similar to, for example, Rabia's signature guitar. Probably looks very similar to that. Because the thing is, aesthetically, right, when I was looking at it, I was thinking about like what makes this design really this iconic. And I think the circular shape of the pickguard and it being like aligned with that top belly of the guitar, it just gives you a more round feeling to, like, it just looks more round than what it actually is. You know what I mean? And that's really the thing that does it for me. I think that's the thing that really makes it so different. But if you take this away, in all likelihood, it looks very similar to like Rabia's guitar. Where's Rabia's Saber? Like this. It probably looks like, if not identical to this, very similar to this. If you remove that. But it's just that thing makes a ginormous difference there. Now, would it look good that way too? Yeah, I mean, I think this guitar looks superb. I don't like the color here, but I think the shape of the guitar is awesome. Yeah. Vadim says F2 is definitely better than 1. I agree with you a million times. The 1 was not good in terms of like, no, so dull. So dull in its look. I agree with you 100%. Vadim says Ernieball guitars are quirky. These weird pickups add to that. I think you have a point there. I think similar to their designs, the pickups in them are usually really different too. The thing I didn't appreciate about the pickups in my Kaizen, those mini humbuckers, was that they got their own shape, they got their own sound, and you can't mod the guitar, you can't change them. You're kind of stuck with that. That was the thing that I didn't appreciate with it, and it's a very specific sound that you get out of that guitar. It is not as versatile as you want it to be, as opposed to like you putting in some Seymour Duncan or some ENG or whatever, right? They're great pickups. They sound good on their own, but that makes me feel like the guitar is a bit of a one-trick pony, if not totally. So you're right. They've got their own. It's like the Apple ecosystem that doesn't work with anything else. Like needs its own charger, needs its own input, needs its own software and everything else. It's like Ernieball did a bit of that with their guitars. As a consumer, I would have appreciated that if, do your thing, but allow me to do some maneuvers on a guitar that I've bought and it's mine now, right? It's not yours anymore. I bought it. So let me like play around with it a little. So I hear your point on that. Yeah. But the weird pickup does add to it, doesn't it? that pickup is insane. Iconic, man. Look at that. I mean, what more do you need to be iconic? Yeah. Sean says, I like the contrast of the pickguard. Yeah, me too. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And it's not the only color, by the way. Like, there's a Polaris white, and the pickup is in gold. Doesn't this look good too? I mean, my lord. The neck, again, the fretboard of the neck is the winner for me. This looks awesome. This looks so good. But yeah. Doroteo asks, do they have the pickguard in a darker color? Not on the Stingray 2 as of now. So the Stingray 2 currently is coming with these two options. Yeah. Yeah. Doroteo says, how are you doing today, Sorenzo? I'm feeling athletic, brother. I'm feeling athletic. I'm doing what I love. I'm talking guitars, watching guitars, calling myself out for being a complete hypocrite and thinking that, oh, you know what? I'm not going to buy a new guitar. I'm going to mod my stuff and then buy another one. Like, I am living life. Sean says, what's better than gold? Moss gold. Hell yeah. Yeah. Isn't that a treat? Isn't that an eye candy? Zuhair says, I asked that, not Doroteo. Yeah, I said Zuhair said that. No? I thought I said you said that. If I didn't, I apologize. Zuhair says, dude, I was about to buy a new guitar and then realized I don't need one. I don't play the ones as much as I could. So managed not to buy impulsively. You're doing a better job than I am. You really are. I'm not doing a good job. Look, part of it, to be honest with you guys, and I'm being like completely like transparent, sharing really deep and personal stuff with you guys. Right. Part of it, I think, comes from me not being allowed to have an electric guitar as a kid, right? I grew up in a very conservative, extremely conservative family with a macho alcoholic father. Very abusive childhood. You can imagine it. I'm not going to go into details, but it took me about 3-4 years of begging for them to just buy me a classical guitar, and my dad didn't allow me to go work. So I wasn't allowed to work. I wasn't allowed to do anything. Took him 4 years to buy a classical guitar, and I hated it. It took me a while. A lot of physical beating. A lot of verbal stuff. Months and years to me to then finally get my hand on an electric guitar. And you guys know my attitude towards like time and life, right? You guys know, for me, it's like, man, I'm 34. I'm not getting any younger. You guys are not getting any younger. This is as good as it gets. With life, this is it, man. If you lose this moment, if you don't catch this, it's gone. It's over. This is it. And I'm like, all right, well, what can I do? What is it that I love doing? Do I love fancy dining? I've done it a lot. Like, not crazy about it anymore. Do I like crazy traveling? No, there's only 2 spots in the world that I want to go to. Texas and Osaka in Japan. But I was born in Japan, right? But other than that, is there anywhere else? Like, do I want to go to a Thailand trip? Or do I want to go to Europe or Paris? No. I love guitars. I love electric guitars. That's what I want to do with my life. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to lose a single second of my life. Like, if I have a chance to play the guitar and deal in guitars and talk about guitars, I'm going to do it. Because that's what I love. And I'm not getting younger. I'm going to hold on to these seconds with dear life and do them, like, selfishly do what I love to do. Right? So if you guys, somebody like me, you know, you got a family to look after. You got a beautiful, lovely wife, partner, kids, pets, and you look after a family, do your responsibilities to the best of your ability so that your conscience, yourself, you're at peace with the way things are, and then go and do what you love, no matter how tired you are. That's why I do what I do. So, sorry for the rant. Yeah. Sean says, I have a wife who tells me that I have enough guitars. Sean. All right, guys, stop the music. Stop the music. We're getting into a thing business here. Sean, I have the best advice for you ever. And you guys can timestamp this. You guys can clip this and share it with your friends. Here's my advice, Sean. You have a wife that tells you have enough guitars. Start by buying a new guitar. So you buy a new guitar, it arrives home. Your lovely wife, and I'm sure she's a woman of kindness and heart and humility, and she's an amazing woman, I'm sure. But she's going to be like, hey, she's going to be a little annoyed. She's going to be a little upset. She's like, hey, what is with this new guitar again? And then, guys, whenever your wife gets upset, like about anything you do, go and buy another guitar. And here's the thing. Here's the logic behind it. Hear me out. So whenever your wife is upset, go and buy another guitar. Here's the logic behind it. She's not going to get any less upset, right? So that's not going to calm her down or anything. But at least you're going to have 2 new guitars. This is like, and if, I don't know, like, do it. Sean. Do the right thing. Guys, whenever your wife is upset with you, go and buy a guitar. She's not going to get less upset, but you'll have a new guitar. And I think this is the, if I don't know if you guys have ever heard a better life advice than this. I'll rest my case. Yeah. Sean, can I ask you something, jokes aside? Is it the guitars or is it the guitar cases or how the guitars are looked after? Because at our household, at Mr. Sorenzo Inc., proprietary limited corp household, Mrs. Peachy, as long as everything is paid and savings are there and, you know, some money aside for something to invest, and as long as those bases are covered, Mrs. Peachy doesn't really care as long as the covers and the cases are not lying around and everything is neat and clean. So is that it? Yeah. But man, all right, guys, y'all don't get in deep into Sean's business, all right? Like, that was a joke I cracked. Let's not. This is business. Let the man, he knows what he's doing, all right? He knows. Now, don't become experts on whatever. Just leave Sean as is, all right? Let's not get in deep into the man's business. I'm sure Sean has an amazing family, and they figured it out, and they're great. Sean says, no, I'm not a professional, so I don't need more. Love the man. That's it. Leave it there. Yeah. Sean says it's cool. Happy wife, happy life. Yeah. Words to live by. Yeah. What I said earlier on, y'all, it was a joke. Everybody chill. Vadim says respect. Thank you, sir. Was it about the story I told earlier about me? Dorotio says, Zuhair, you're right, bruh. All right, let's jump to the see, we talked about the thing, we talked about the Stingray, and we were all so like hyped up about the looks of it that I didn't even talk about the specs of this thing. we didn't even talk about the specs. So let's do it, shall we? So bodywood is alder. So we got a really sort of like a not natural, like a very balanced tone wood. High gloss polyester finish on the body. I'm surprised this is not nitro, but fine. Music Man custom modern classic tremolo is on the bridge. 25.5-inch scale, fine. 10-inch radius, not a surprise at all. 22 frets, high profile, medium width, stainless steel. Love that. Love that. I would probably not be a fan of, like, I'd probably rather have narrower but high profile, but fine. Now, roasted figure maple neck and roasted figured maple fingerboard. Love it. White dot with black side markers, satin finish, parchment binding on the neck, and then headstock matches the body. Tuning machines are Schaller M6. Can I show you guys a more close image of that? That'll be kind of nice. Of the headstock of the Schallers. There we go. So pretty legit tuners on them too. Truss rod is adjustable, fine. I mean, I'm glad the truss rod is adjustable. It would be a bit of a shame if it was a fixed truss rod. 5 bolts on the neck, sculpted neck joint for, you know, a better neck hug. 3-way pickup selector, and you have the Corey Wong humbuckers. It comes with 1046 strings. It comes with 1046 strings, and in all likelihood with standard tuning, which is what companies more often do these days, instead of sending it out with 942s. Yeah. This is awesome. This is just awesome. Love it. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, they're still a family-run business. So there we go. And these are the controls. Love it, man. Yeah. Very, very, very interesting guitar. What I love about Music Man, what I always loved about Music Man, even if they got a guitar that I'm not a fan of, like the Stingray 1, is that at least they're doing their own thing. They might do other things that might be a copy of a Strat or, you know, whatever. But at least, my lord, they're doing their own thing. And I just respect that so much. Like, something new is in the market. Yeah. So there you have it, folks. That was the Music Man Stingray 2, which I thought, holy moly, I loved the look of that guitar. I thought I gotta share it with you guys. Yeah, it was a good guitar, right? Yeah. Zuhair says, Sorenzo tries hard to get the live back on track. Vadim says, yeah, the story. I always see Satan neck finish first instead of... You always see Satan neck finish instead of satin. Right. That's the thing with like being, you know, playing a lot of metal. I think that's what happens. It gets to you. Yeah. What would be the Satan neck finish be? Like a red fiery neck finish? Like, how would that look like? Like, is it gonna look like this? Like a neck finish that goes with like on fire? Like that's what you see on the guitar neck? Is that what's gonna happen? I don't know what the Satan neck finish is gonna be like, but I think it might have something to do with fire, you know? Zuhair says, guitar looks cool. I just don't like the white circle design on the body, that's all. Yeah, fair enough, dude. Yeah, Stingray, this is the thing with the Stingray design. It's so unique and so strong. It's like, you either love it or you don't. Like, you love it or hate it kind of a thing. Like, you either like it or you don't. With designs like this that derive so far away from, like, you know, ordinary shapes and colors of guitars, with things that really derive away, those are the ones that you get more polarized feelings and opinions about. And we all have it, not just you. Like, you know, some people love it, some people hate it. I love it, despite the fact that I'll probably never buy a guitar like that. You know? Yeah. Or total black fretboard to imply evil for Satan neck. Oh, that'll work too. I mean, if that's the case, then like half of ESP and LTD necks are Satan necks. like, you know what I mean? That's what ESP does. Yeah. What can I say? Man, I gotta tell you guys a couple of brief news that I saw online. This one came out from yesterday. So Joe Satriani and Steve Vai released this new song called Dancing. And it comes with this new sort of music video clip that I think they posted it yesterday. It's like the first 2 minutes of it is just this like scene that they have this supposed funny conversation with like a management. And, you know, whatever. And the music video clip is fun. I like the concept overall. But I thought the music was not really up to the mark. So check it out if you guys like Joe Satriani and Steve Vai, and I like some of their work. I'm not crazy about either of them. I always appreciated their expertise and their virtuosity on the guitar, and I always appreciated how much effort it goes into be where they are. I also love Joe Satriani because Joe Satriani is not only a good guitar player, he's also a good guitar teacher. He's a very good guitar teacher. He no longer teaches, but like me teaching guitar, I really appreciate that in Joe Satriani. Like Steve Vai was one of his students. Kirk Hammett was one of his students. How many guitar teachers are out there that, bring up guitar players to this caliber? So I respect the heck out of the guy. So this is by no means to bash on them. I don't think this music is really particularly good, if I'm being fully honest. Now, obviously as an artist, and if you guys have ever done any music recording of their own, however little, you know exactly what I'm talking about. At least when I write music, the last thing I think about is how the audience would think of it, right? So with anything artistic you do, it's never about how much the audience likes it. I mean, you can do the Ed Sheeran way and formulate your scales and progressions so much that it becomes pop music and all that. So, because Ed Sheeran's music is heavily synthesized, right? He really sticks to that. Like, he knows music theory in and out, and he sticks to things that he knows is going to work. But so there are some artists that do it that way. But like more often than not, the way it works is that you're not playing your music or recording your music for others. You go on a journey yourself, and then your audience goes on that journey with you, right? You're like, you take them out of their lives and take them on a journey with you. That's how music works. And so I don't think Joe or Steve would particularly care if anybody doesn't like the song. If they liked it, and at this stage in the career, they probably release it because they like it, right? But in my opinion, as an audience and as a fan of theirs, this music wasn't really that good. I didn't get it. Like, it just seems like, have a listen to it. You guys know what I'm talking about, probably. Like, it just never stuck, like never got home for some reason. So that was the first piece of news that I wanted to briefly bring up before we jump to the next guitar. Doroteo says, happy spouse, happy house. Sean, get your new guitar. But then that's in contradiction to what he just said, the poor guy. Sean says the plan is to make one from scratch. Respect. Do it. Do it. You're gonna love it. Do it. You're gonna love it. I don't know how you're gonna do it. If you're like taking on a course, if you're going to a workshop and get mentored by somebody, or if you're just doing it at home on your own, do it. It's so much fun. It's insane fun. And it's so relaxing. It's so like zen. Like, if you like working with your hands, it's so zen. I highly recommend it. Vadim says, that Brandon Small from Death Clock in the beginning of the video? I don't know who that is. Brandon Small from Death Clock. This guy. Death Clock. Oh God, you're right. Huh. Who's that? I don't even know the guy. Who's Death Clock? Yeah, that is him. How did you know that? You know too much about these stuff. You know a lot. I love it, dude. Vadim kicks ass with his guitar knowledge. Yeah, that looks like it's him. Vadim, are they any good? Who is Death Clock? Like, what do they do? What are they about? Is this like a thrash metal band? What are they? Death Clock is a melodic death metal virtual band featured in the Adult Swim animated television series Metallica, known for satirical or parodic lyrical themes. The first official Deathlock album was released in September 25th, 2007, entitled Death Album. Take a note. Let me take a note of it. Hold on. Quick notes. That is stream Deathlock. And the guy is Brandon Small. Nice. Thanks, man. That was great knowledge. Great knowledge. It's a metal cartoon. Ah, okay. Doroteo says, get a DIY guitar kit. Yeah, they're fun. I've never done those, but they look like pretty fun. If I'm to ever get one of those guitar kits, I'll get the ones that the electronics are not done on them, so I can do the electronics myself. Because more often than not, and that's a good thing, because most people don't have soldering irons and stuff like that at home. I didn't even have a good soldering iron until last week. Where is Shaolin to trash me when we need him? Where is Shaolin with his jokes? For fairness, it's late at night for him too. But I mean, I didn't have a good soldering iron until not long ago either, but most people don't. And so it makes perfect sense to make the electronics and those do your own guitars in a way that you just plug them in and you're good to go. If you guys have a look at these like DIY guitar kits, let me find you one. Guitar kit. Right. Let me go to images. And here we go. Check this out. Right? You guys can see here, in a lot of these guitars, what happens is that with the electronics, you literally just like plug them in some sort of a socket. Like they go into a socket and then reject cookies. And then you sort of get it done. See that? See those like red tips? Here we go. Where is it? There we go. See these like red blocks? Essentially, these are the connectors. You sort of like snap those electronics in, so you don't have to do any soldering anymore. They've done the bulk of that for you already. It takes the fun away from me personally. But if that's something that you're into, do it, man. Do it. It's just a lot of fun. It's just doing it a lot of fun. I really, really enjoy doing it. But yeah, that. Doroteo says, Deathlock has been out since mid-2000, 2007, their debut album, you're right. Bruh. Well deserved. Vadim says he has a signature Epiphone Explorer in Silver Burst. I think by him you're talking about Brandon Small. And he was holding an Explorer. You're right. He is. Signature guitar. You're absolutely right. There we go. Brought to you by Vadim, ladies and gentlemen. That's his Epiphone signature. Looks like it's discontinued. But that's the, you're right, that's the, it's called the Thunder Horse. Yeah. Sean says he's sleeping, talking about Shaolin. Yeah. I hope he's well. If Shaolin's watching this or you're around, man, I hope you're well. Because I know that part of the world, like, there are weird things on the news right now. So I pray that you're well, brother. Just like, guitar players are my tribe. Leave guitar players alone. Let them play guitar, make music, and mind their own business. But all of my love to Shaolin. I hope he's well. All right. Now, that was one. Okay, so that was the first quick news, the Joe Satriani one that I wanted to show you, that I wanted to tell you guys about it. So that was like one brief news. And another brief news before we talk about the next item on the docket was the Pacifica single cut, the Yamaha's new Telecaster shape that they released it in this year's NOM, you know, and we've talked about it already on the stream, and I'm not going to go through the same things over again. We talked about it a few streams ago, but the reason I brought it up right now is because, interestingly, this guitar is getting a bit of a push across different guitar magazines as of now simultaneously. Guitar.com, Guitar World, Premier Guitar, I think did it too, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But I saw like 2 or 3 guitar magazines talking about it at the same time, which usually, a lot of times, means that the company is actually pushing them. So I don't know what to make of it. I don't know whether it's just like a benign marketing campaign. Maybe the proof of concept was good, and then they're like, all right, well, let's put advertising money behind it now. Or could it be the case that it's not doing that well and Yamaha's trying to push them out a bit more? I don't know what to make of it. But I can see right now that there is a bit of a campaign going on to push them out there. So don't be surprised if you guys are flicking through magazines or anything of that nature. Don't be surprised if this thing pops up on your screen. Like I said it on that stream, I think one of our January streams, when the guitar came out, we talked about it. I think the guitar looks amazing. I dig the yellow and the pink colors on it. I like the fact that Yamaha used their advanced acoustic design technology and their air technology there. The IRA rather. Air was the other technology they had. The IRA. Air was on the RJX A2 models. That was the air technology. This is IRA, sorry. So that treatment of the wood to sort of like align the grains, I appreciated that on it and all that jazz. What I didn't like about the guitar at the time was that it has a humbucker neck but a single coil bridge. In a Telecaster, I almost always want to have a single coil on the neck. So that was a bit of a deal breaker for me. But otherwise, the guitar looks fantastic. But it was interesting. Like when you follow the trends of the market, there seems to be a bit of a push going on right now for the Yamaha single cut professional. I'll be keen. Like once the Reverb data comes out December this year, I'd be this will be one of the guitars that I'd be keen to see how the market reacted to it, because it's been a while since Yamaha released the new Telecaster. I think their most famous Telecaster was Mike Stern's Telecaster, and it's a very old one. That one, right? If I go to Mike Stern Yamaha Telecaster, this is Mike Stern's, and they did this model a very long time ago. Like, when did it come out? Premium T-style electric guitars. It debuted in 1997. So it came out in 97. So that's been around for a while. It's not like Yamaha is doing the Telecaster shape for the first time, right? But with this kind of modern twist to it, I'd be very keen to see how this does in the market. Yeah. I don't think, like, I know PRS's Telecaster did well, but not as good, obviously not as good as the Silver Sky. So yeah, I'm tracking this guitar. Like, I'm keeping my eye out on it. Yeah. Vadim says, so what's about preamps? Are you into them or only Helix? I prefer the sound of Real Deal always. Look, I don't mind it. I think for me, it was more of a convenience thing. So for already, like, cause I live in a rental, and what happens is that you eventually are going to have to move. And the more stuff you have, the more stuff you have to carry and move. And again, sounds a bit hypocritical with me just buying guitars like a maniac. But I thought, you know what, let's just keep the addiction to the metals, to the guitar stuff, and not let it, infect the amp world as well, because then next thing you know, like it'll all be amps there. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, so I thought maybe let's not do that. That's the first thing. But also the second thing is, this is my personal prediction. This is my personal belief. You guys, it's not a fact-based thing. But I believe that with AI and with Helix and other platforms becoming AI friendly, right? So all these like digital Boss guitar pedals that you can, it's a multi-effects, you can change the effect on it, and it's just a single pedal, like looks like a normal pedal unit, but you have load multiple stuff in there. Amps becoming more digitized themselves. With these coming more and more out, there's more and more AI integrated sound that is going to come out, which means in our lifetime, not long from now, I believe that we're going to see guitar effects and pedals and plugins, right, that you can connect a plastic toy guitar to, and it gives you a sound of Jimi Hendrix, John Mayer, Metallica, or any other musician you want, and you as a human being won't be able to distinguish the difference. That's my personal belief. That in my estimation, again, it's just me, that's in max 15 years, 10, 15 years, max, the latest, right? So then, if that is going to be true, which I think it is, and you guys are more than welcome to disagree with me on this, because here's the thing I need you guys to understand, right? This is like how my mind works on this. You guys remember iPhone 1? When iPhone 1 came out, right? We were all like, wow, touchscreen, whatever, iPhone 1, crazy, right? Fine. iPhone 2 came out a year or two later, maybe. I don't remember how long away it was, but it was like a year or two. 2 years, maybe. And iPhone 2 was just a little better than iPhone 1, right? It was just a little better. These AI models are becoming better by orders of magnitude in weeks. In weeks. The rate of improvement is like parabolic upwards. It's a J curve, right? And so, given that, and now it's not like humans are coding the AI, AI is coding AI, right? It's just going to become faster and faster. So I don't see any future in the next 10 years in which the stuff that are going to come out, they're going to be all AI integrated one way or the other. And you can put a plastic toy guitar to it and it gives you a Jimi Hendrix sound. Authentic, that human ear can't distinguish the difference. And then the only thing left that, changes, differentiates the multi-effect or the plugin from a real amp is the air, the oomph that you get out of it, which you can do with big speakers. That's a big speaker thing, not an amp thing. So you put any 412 cabinet in there, you get that. Or there are a whole bunch of other PAs and subwoofers that do it for you. Have you ever been to a club next to the subwoofer? Right? And then it's just a matter of people feeling that they like the amp. It's 15 years from now, max, in my opinion. Yeah. So that's how I think about it. It's just going down that road. You guys can see the digitization of guitar amps is not just like a random thing. They're preparing the amp as a platform to integrate AI into it. Right? It's the next step in a longer chain of stuff. Yeah. Now, what am I right now doing? Line 6 Helix LT, my multi-effects, is superb. Like, I don't genuinely... I have one more thing other than the Line 6 Helix LT. I have the Tumnus Deluxe distortion pedal, and I don't use it for distortion. I use it to tighten the low end. So the gain is at 8 o'clock, hardly any gain. The level is just a little bit more than neutral, and the bass is just a little brought down to tighten the low end. Because I like the low end tight. That's why I changed my Washburn N4's pickup, the bridge pickup, from Bill Lawrence to Seymour Duncan Nazgul, because it had tight low ends. I love that. That's the only reason it's there. Otherwise, the Line 6 Helix is just phenomenal. I wholeheartedly recommend it if you guys are into buying a multi-FX pedal. And you don't mind spending, like, I don't know how, $800? I don't remember how much it was. Yeah, not sponsored again. It's a product that I use and love, so I'm not paid by the guys to advertise for them or anything. Sean says, I have a Yamaha PAC 611HFM Pacifica in translucent purple. Nice guitar. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, let's look it up. Hold on. Pacificas turned out really well, didn't they? Yamaha Pacifica PAC 611 HFM purple. Ooh la la, look at that. Ha! What a look too. Check this out, you guys. Sean, that's a good looking guitar. Like under the sun, it has a different sort of a thing, shade to the purple too. That's a really good guitar. I like it. I like the look. Is that fixed bridge for you too? Because I thought they come in with like a floating bridge, but I could be wrong. And that's a P90 style pickup on the neck, by the way. Sean says it will be twice the price if it was another brand. Right, with that specs. I hear you. Vadim says, Mizubugi V-Twin rack preamp is the only guitar thing I regret selling. Oh, okay. Yeah, Mizubugi's got a really iconic sound, don't they? They really do. Sean says, agree on the plastic guitar theory. Look at the Enya Nova Go Sonic. I'm tempted myself. Enya, Sean, Enya Nova Go Sonic, the company, sent me one of that Go Sonics for me to do a sponsored video on. Yeah, I did a sponsored video with the Nova Go Sonic. It's on my channel. It was like a year ago. Let me see if I can find the date for you. I'll tell you exactly when I did it. But the company sent me a guitar from China, and I did a sponsored post for it. And I told them, I think I shared a screenshot in the video. I did something that usually guitar channels don't do. That is in the email communication that I had with the guys, because they reached out to me. I didn't reach out to them. I got screenshots of that in the video, I think. That I said, look, if I don't like your guitar, I'll let my audience know. So just understand that what you sent me, I'm gonna give my absolute unfiltered and honest opinion. If I love it, I'll tell my audience that I love it. If I don't, I tell you that I don't. There you go, there it is. Hold on. That's the email. I got it, it's on my channel, here you go. Check this out. So, the title of the video is What They Haven't Told You About Nova Go Sonic Guitar. And this is the email that I put in there. I used to have long hair, you guys remember? I told them, I'm like, look, I prioritize honesty and transparency with my audience. It's gonna be an honest and unbiased evaluation of the guitar. So like, if I don't like it, I'll let everybody know that I don't like it. And this was me feeling that guitar when I first got it. Like I was unboxing the guitar. It's a good guitar, it's not a bad guitar at all, to be fully honest with you. It's very light. The body and the neck is made out of carbon. The speakers sound really loud and clean for a speaker on the guitar, embedded speaker. So if you want something that has an inbuilt speaker, this is a good option. And it's very ergonomic. It's a very thin Les Paul shaped guitar. That's what I liked about it. What I didn't like about it was that it was too light and it has a 0 fret design. Those were the two things that I didn't like about it. Other than that, it's a neat guitar and the pickups sound good too. So I don't think, if you buy one, I don't think, like, if your guitar taste is anything similar to mine, I don't think you're going to regret it. The only reason I sold mine was because I had too many guitars. You guys see all those guitars at the back? I sold all of them. Like all the 5 that were sitting at the back and a whole bunch there the other way and a bunch in another room. I sold all of those guitars that are sitting back there. and this one that I'm holding. So I had to sell it to sort of reduce my guitar collection from like 15. That's the only reason I sold it. But it's a good guitar. It's not a bad guitar at all. Yeah. But yeah, that was like a proud moment of mine. Like, you know, in my emails to the guys that are like, hey, we'll send you a free guitar. And I love guitars, right? I was like, it's in moments like this when you know what you're made of for yourself, right? And I told them, I'm like, hey man, I'll let you know if they suck. I'll let them know that it sucks. And that was a good proof for me because I know now that, you know, I've got that consistency. I'm happy with myself, at least. Like if nobody else is, if the sponsor is not, that's completely fine. I'm happy with myself that like if I don't like it, even if you sponsor me, I'm gonna let my audience know the honest truth. Yeah. Sean says, don't diss the Zero Fret. It's a valid design. I agree with you. Completely agree with you. It's a valid design. It's a lower cost design. It's just not for me. I'm not dissing it at all. I think it's a very valid design. There is a reason it's there and it's getting adopted more and more. Sorry. It's like Vegemite. Do you guys know what Vegemite is? Vegemite is this Australian thing that you put on bread. Now, I can't stand it. Living in this country for 13 years. It's not for me, but doesn't mean that it's bad or unhealthy. It's in fact very healthy. It's like that. Sean says it's delicious. Really? You like veggie? Sean, are you from Australia? I thought you were American. Genuinely, I thought you were American. You're American, right? Are you? Or Sean, are you Australian? Sean says you have to grow up with it. Oh God, you're Australian, aren't you? That's the thing that Aussies tell me. You have to grow up with it. My lord, Sean is from Australia. Morning, Sean. No Aussie. Ah, okay. Then you're right. You got a very good knowledge of it. It's really acquired taste, Vegemite. You got to grow up with it. Otherwise, it's not yours. But it's very healthy, right? It's the same thing with the Zero Fret design. It's a good thing. Ah, no, I'm Aussie. You're Aussie. Okay, well, there you go. Sorry for the lack of punctuation. Nah, I'm with you, dude. All good. Yeah, it's a very healthy thing. It's a great thing, but it's not for me. And it's just like that. That guitar, the Zero Fret design is exactly like that. So, yeah. Good. Okay. Good to see you, dude. Like, good to know that you're from Australia, because like a vast majority of my audience are from the U.S. So it's good to see some Aussie friends here, considering the fact that I live in Australia. I have more students from America than from Australia. I hardly have any students from Australia. I don't think I'm actively teaching anybody from Australia right now. Yeah. Isn't it insane? Isn't it interesting? Ay. So there you have it, guys. That was the two quick piece of news I wanted to take you guys through for Joe Satriani's music, and also the Yamaha stuff that we talked about. Adam says, do you have a flamethrower for spiders? No. I don't think flamethrowers are legal in Australia. Because you guys understand, like, we don't have the Second Amendment in Australia. So, like, flamethrowers are prohibited, like, restricted stuff. And because of that, I don't think it's there. But your comment was more of a joke. The spiders do get pretty big here. I remember, like, look, Australia, like, you got to think about it. It has its own, like, ecosystem. That's what makes Australia so unique and so special, right? Australia is its own unique ecosystem. Do you guys know platypuses, right? I'll tell you guys a funny story. If you guys haven't seen a platypus before, this is something called a platypus, right? That's a platypus. And this is not an AI, like, whatever. This is a real image of a platypus. So essentially, it's a beaver with a duck bill and duck feet and a beaver tail. That's a real thing. And the female ones have venomous things under their claws. Like they have venom. The male ones don't. Right? Talking of toxic masculinity. I had to put it out there. Right? I had to do it. Sorry, I had to do it, right? Speaking of toxic masculinity, only the female versions of them have the toxins, venoms, right? Now, when this animal was first discovered, so the British come into Australia with their ships, they find this bizarre creature. It is a weird creature. You look at it like you don't see anything like this before, right? Like you don't see anything like it. They kill one, a platypus. They put it on a ship, send it back to scientists in the UK. It's in those scientists' notes. It's online. You guys can search and find it. In their notes, the scientists thought that someone was pranking them. They were looking for sutures, for sewing like holes, for some sort of a glue trail, because they thought that somebody grabbed the beaver and they glued or sewn some other parts of other animals to it. They thought this was a prank. This is a real story. You guys can look it up on Wikipedia or whatever, right? So you have to think about Australia as its own ecosystem. It's not like a southern Canada. Do you know what I mean? It has this complete own ecosystem. It has its own culture. It's a different country. Because I remember when I first came to Australia, I thought, you know what, southern Canada, everybody's nice. Everyone speaks English with an accent that is more closer to British than American, right? But I was like, like southern Canada, and I'm like, oh, my aunt lives in Canada. I got cousins live in Canada. I know Canada. No. I could not have been more wrong. It has its own ecosystem, has its own everything. And that's what makes it so special. That's what makes it so interesting. Yeah. So there you go. All right, enough about that. Let's go back to guitars, shall we? Let us talk about the next item on the docket. I really wanted to show you guys this guitar. I really did. Check this out. Check this out. All right, who knows this guy? Maybe we should do like a poll in the chat. Who knows this guy? Me, not me. Those are the options. This is Adam Christianson. Adam Christianson is now the only guitarist for the band Architects. If you guys are not educated on Architects, I highly recommend you to check some of their songs called Animal, Gone with the Wind. I'll put it in the chat for you guys. Give me a second. So the band is called Architects, and the song is Gone with the Wind. I love that song. Another song is called Animals. The other one is called Dead Butterflies. Flies. I love, like, these are only 3 of the songs that I really love, right? So if you guys are into it, check it out. But he is the only guitarist now. You guys know the lead guy for Celosis? I forgot his name. The bald guy. Celosis. Not this bald guy. This bald guy. I forgot his name. This bald guy who's the lead singer and the lead of the band, Celosis, this guy. Again, forgot his name. He used to be in Architects. He left Architects for Celosis to sort of do his own band, essentially. He's a very, very, very accomplished guitar player. And usually dwells in very low tunings like standard F, drop G, those kind of tunings. He usually plays in. And the Aquila Cardinal Mayones model is this model that Mayones did for him, which I thought makes it a really interesting guitar to me. That's the guitar, right? So it says power of simplicity. You guys know how much I appreciate simplicity on a guitar. You guys can see how simple this is. It's just like, what a perfect photo, by the way. Like what he's wearing, his background is in such a good match with the guitar itself, with the ethos of the guitar. Nevertheless, very minimalist, delicious design. Like that swamp ash looks awesome.
Every word you never say still finds me somehow.
Let's have a listen to this song, shall we?
I don't need
Let's hear the guitar.
your voice. I feel you now.
As much as I love this backing track, we're gonna play it from the beginning, but let's listen to this. And I'm probably, in all likelihood, are gonna get some copyright thing on this stream right now, because this is probably gonna be some original Architect song. But hey, you guys at least get to listen and hear the guitar. This is a very, like, one of the simpler songs that he plays. Like, usually the Architects play like a little bit more complicated, musically, guitar-wise complicated songs. But you guys get the idea of it. Like, it's a very down-tuned electric guitar. And their music has a lot of metalcore and a bit of djent influence in it. So this is what this guitar is really for. Really, that's the whole spiel on this guitar. Now, check out the specs on this, and I think you'll probably appreciate it. Here we go.
Every word you never say still finds me somehow.
There we go. So, the body, this baby, oh, what a beautiful, just the perfect color match, isn't it? Anyways, the body is American ash. Tonally enhanced wood. They put it through like a process of, like, you know, treating the wood. Neck heel is a special contoured one. The neck, right, is a roasted maple. So they call it the hard rock maple. Again, it's just caramelized maple neck. And it's again, the coloring and the staining is superb. You know what this makes me feel like when I look at the color of the body? And I don't know if this is the case or not, but I won't be like too opposed to have this guitar finished with an oil finish as opposed to nitro or poly. Like, it seems to, the color of the guitar seems to go for it. Anyways, but this is good. Like, you know, you take all the moisture out of the guitar as much as possible, bring it down to 4% moisture. We love that. We love that. So bolt-on neck with 4 screws, one piece, caramelized, ebony fretboard. Nut width is 43.5, so it's a little wider than your usual 43. Vadim, where are you? Vadim, where are you? The width at the 12th fret is 54. Width at the 24th fret is 58 mils. And so it's not the thinnest and the slimmest of all necks. And it kind of makes sense, you know, because it is a baritone guitar, after all. Graphtec Tusk Nut. There we go. Stainless steel frets 24, 27-inch baritone. It goes from 25 and 4. Look, that's one version of it, but the baritone version is the one that Adam Christianson himself uses. Because you're going to need a baritone guitar to go that low into tuning, right? 12-inch radius, which was a surprise to me when I first read it. I thought at least 16, but clearly not. Lumen lays, blue lumen lays rather, truss rods, whatever, you know. Now, electronics. 2 humbuckers, Velvetone, iron side, plus Solium. Those are the pickups. 1 volume, push and pull for coil splitting, and they have the triple bleed in it. Go to locking tuners, hip shot bridge, love it. Again, simplicity. Look at that. Simplicity. I just love it so hard right now. And yeah, comes with 1046 strings with Schaller security strap locks and a Mayones hybrid case. Yeah. I out of all of Mayones' catalog, out of everything that Mayones has to offer, this is probably my favorite. Just because of the simplicity of it, and I like the wood color. If I'm to ever buy a Mayones guitar, it's gonna be this, the Cardinal 6. That's just beautiful minimalistic, just beautiful minimalistic guitar. No hassle, no craziness, just Mother Nature simplicity. Love it, love it, love it. So yeah, for those of you who like to have floating bridges and all that, it's fine. You know, for those who like their guitars with a bit more bling and a bit more stuff on it. My heart right now is in a simple space. I'll be honest with you guys. So yeah, that's the guitar. And again, if you guys are not educated on Architects, check out their songs. I think don't listen to Gone with the Wind if you don't have like energy during the day. I think with Gone in the Wind, the energy, like it's a very depressing song. It's a very genty song, but the lyrics are really heavy. But Dead Butterfly or Animals, I think they're really good options to go for. They had more recent songs too. For those of you who are interested in checking them out. Alrighty, guys, it gets to my favorite time of the stream. You guys know we have a favorite time on the stream. I don't have my can ready, so I'll be right back with the can. Be right back. Let me go and get my can. I will be right back. Bear with me a second, please. Enjoy this screensaver song, and I'll be actually, you know what? I'll play you my favorite song here while I go on and get my can to do my favorite part of the string for you guys. The favorite part of the stream for you guys, rather. Hold on. There we go. Alright, I'll be right back. I'll just go and bring a can.
Every word you never say still finds me somehow. I don't need to hear your voice, I feel you now. Stay a little closer. Don't explain a thing. I don't need forever. Just this quiet feeling. Stay right where you are. In the glow we made. If this moment disappears, it fade this way. Your hand is barely touching, but I feel the heat. Like a secret in my chest, you don't have to speak. Stay a little closer. Don't explain a thing. I don't need
Thank you for your patience, everybody.
just this quiet feeling. I fell for you.
Thank you very much for your patience. We are back, so there is no need for this bizarre text anymore. Hey, Adam says returns with blonde Ken.
I fell for you.
Is that what we're talking about?
I fell for you.
Madam. So there, yeah. What can I say? Puppet. Brainless meat puppet. I'll go with puppet. I don't want to call you brainless. Like, I usually shorten the names. Says, can you play something sad and gay on guitar, please? Is that a comment about the backing track that I just played? I mean, if that's what you want, that's, you know, ask and you shall receive. You know what they say on Matthew 7:7? Ask and you shall receive. Think of it like an early delivery for what you just asked for. Guys, gets to the favorite part of the stream for me. Puppet says, no, I just like the shoegaze music. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you you know what you like. But regardless, man, can I tell you guys something? Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. We as you guys know, we got our talks about the guitars. There's this moment I always like to take out of the stream and just thank you guys for hanging out. So let me pop this and drink this to your health. Thank you so much for hanging out. To your health, guys. Puppet, Vadim, Sean, Zuhair, Doroteo, Shaolin, everybody. Thank you. To your health. What a good day to be alive and talk about guitars, I gotta say. So there you have it, folks. Puppet says, I want to get a Fender Strat. What model should I go for? Look, it really depends. With Fender, it's a little different because now Fender has, the US made Fenders, the Player 2 series and all that. But then you also have the Mexican Fenders, and now there's this affordable Fender line that I think, if I'm not mistaken, is like, made in Cortec. So there's so many of them out there too. Sean says, get a made in Japan one. I wholeheartedly agree. I think you cannot go wrong with a made in Japan Fender. I have a made in Japan Telly, and I can't tell you how much I love that guitar. Just can't go wrong with a good Japanese built guitar. However, talking about, give me 1 second, so I'll go to Sweetwater's website right now. Let's pull up some Fender Strats and talk about it. So, Fender Strat. Right. So, if you have a look, this is what I would do if I'm to buy a new guitar. And I buy a lot of new guitars, right? To be fully honest with you. But the first thing you would do, ask yourself, what kind of music are you going to play on that particular guitar, right? For those of you who have more than one guitar, with any new purchase, so whenever the N equals more than 1, with every new purchase, ask yourself, what is it that the new guitar is going to bring to the table that the old one is not? Or if you buy a new guitar, that's always the first question you have to ask. What type of music is it that you want to play on that guitar? Once you figure that out, then you know some things you figure out some things very quickly, right? So you said Fender Strat, that means you know the shape of the body. That's great. Now the next question is what the pickup configuration is going to be, right? So if you're playing something like, oh, I like Hendrix, well, the answer is very clear. 3 single coils is probably the way to go. A vintage old school is probably the way to go, right? If your answer is, oh, I like, something a little bit more modern, then I'd be like, all right, well, how about we make sure that at least we have one humbucker in that config, right? So the first question really is to ask yourself, like, what is it that you want to play? Like, for example, the Tom DeLonge signature is more of a one-trick pony. It's just a single humbucker there, as opposed to something that comes with a HSS config, right? So Puppet says dreamy indie shoegaze music. All right, okay. All right, for a dreamy shoegaze indie music, I would personally vouch for something a bit more modern, like a single coil at the neck, humbucker and the bridge kind of a config. So, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. That's one Fender standard. You're really holding on to that line, aren't you? This is a good option. It's a more expensive option, but this would do just fine. Or the standard version of it. Yeah. Sean says, yeah, me too. I have an made in Japan FSR Midnight Black Telly. Ah, hell yeah. Beautiful instrument. Hell yeah. Nice, nice. Yeah, made in Japan Fenders are really good. Really good. Pretty consistent too. Yeah. Puppet says, I like it. Thank you. Sure thing, man. Anytime. Vadam says, if you have a budget, just regular Fender US standard, as it has 2-point tremolo, which is always better than the 6-point tremolo. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. To be honest with you, like I have a bit of a bias towards made in Japan guitars, as you guys know. So if you say, oh, I get made in Japan Fender, like you'll never hear no from me. Obviously, the USA stuff is pretty good. Pretty good too. Yeah. Really, look, when you go for a Fender Strat, it's very close to the Fender, old school Fender ethos, you know. So again, because of that, I think it really comes down to you understanding what is it that you want to play on a guitar genuinely. So yeah. Now, Puppet asked a really good question. I love this question. Jokes aside, I think this is a very good question. Puppet asked, is Reverb a good site to use as well? I've been hearing a lot of scummy things happening there. Yes. And yes. So Reverb is a good website to buy secondhand if, only if, you can't find that secondhand guitar in your local market. Okay? Because what happens is, if you want to buy secondhand, my top recommendation for you, without a doubt, is go and see if you can find it locally. Because if you can find it locally, it's significantly cheaper than Reverb, like considerably, for the same thing. And you get to play that secondhand guitar, which means you get to inspect it properly. So for example, if it's an older guitar, does it have fret sprouts? Does it have fret gaps? Is the neck level? How are the electronics, right? So now I've bought expensive guitars from Reverb before, and my experience was great. But I know that other people have had bad experiences there dealing with bad sellers. So if the specific model that you're looking for secondhand, because sometimes we have it, right? Sometimes we're like, you know what? I want a guitar within this vicinity. Like, I want the guitar to be kind of like that, but I'm not married to a specific model or a brand, right? But sometimes we are. Sometimes we're like, no, like this, I have this nostalgia for that. I have this itch for that particular guitar, and I want only that. And I can't find it locally. I'm like, then buy from Reverb. Sure, right? I'll give you this example. Literally, I kid you guys not, the guitar that I bought a couple of days ago that it's on its way to me, that guitar, and I talked about it on one of the streams. I'm not telling you what guitar it is to surprise you guys. Like, we went through that guitar, and I told you a lot of crazy stuff about that guitar maybe a few streams ago. 2-3 streams ago, or maybe, I don't remember which one it was. That guitar, I'm not going to tell you how much I exactly bought it, but I can tell you for a fact, like honest truth, that secondhand guitar was $600 cheaper when I bought it locally than on Reverb. $600. Same secondhand guitar. The one I bought was made in year 2000. The Reverb one, I think, was made in 2001. So both guitars are 25, 26 years old. Right? But because I bought it locally, and it's a long story why I don't have it yet, and so on and so forth, but I bought it locally, right? Was $600 cheaper than the exact same one on Reverb. So if you can buy locally, like, there's gonna be a lot of savings, money-wise, a lot of savings. You get to play the guitar and figure it out. It's just it's so much better to buy locally. If there was a specific model you need to buy from Reverb, then buy from Reverb. Yeah. So that was a very good question to ask. And by the way, Puppet, before I answer your next question, if you're buying something from Reverb, as a person who has bought something from Reverb before, here are some of my recommendations, and to everybody who's listening as well. Ask questions on Reverb, right? So you find a guitar that you love, and you're like, all right, I can't find it locally, so I'm going to buy it from Reverb. And there's going to be at least one seller that has that guitar that you want, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't find it on the search result. Contact the seller. If you can get him on the phone, get him on the phone, or if it's just messages, do it. The last guitar I bought from Reverb, it was an expensive guitar. I was on the phone with the guy, and I messaged him there too. And the reason I do it, one of the many reasons I do it, obviously other than the fact that if there's any issues or if there's any problems with the guitar, they're more likely to tell you in person as opposed to in chat or on a description of the listing. But also, you get to figure out if that guy is a complete asshole or not. If you contact a seller and you ask a couple of good, like, reasonable questions, like, hey, what condition is the fret on? What's the condition of the electronics? This is like an old guitar. Does it have this or that? These are valid questions. And if you ask that and they come back to you with like an angry answer or with like a weird answer that is not polite, respectful, friendly, that doesn't address your issue, you know you shouldn't buy from that person. You learn a lot about people by just messaging them or getting them on a call. So if you ever decide to buy something off of Reverb, please contact the seller and ask questions, ask a whole lot. If you're spending $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 worth of your money, or $500 even, doesn't matter. You're buying something from somebody. You're well within your rights to ask questions. Okay? So that's my first recommendation. If you buy something off of Reverb, ask questions from the seller. Figure them out a little and get to know your guitar more. Number one. Number two, bear in mind that if your guitar is coming from another country to your country, so if you're in the US and you're ordering something that comes from Japan or Korea or wherever, right? Understand that you might have to pay more custom fees on it. So what you're paying on the reverb might be inclusive of the cost of the guitar and the transport, right? But it might also include additional fees like custom fees and release fees. So suss those out before you order something internationally on Reverb. Very important. Because next thing you know, then you get like slapped with a fee that you didn't ask for. And then you realize that, oh my, like now I'm paying a lot more for a guitar that I thought I'm going to be like paying $1,000 for or whatever that may be. So just be mindful of that. Now, Puppet also asked, have you played a Strandberg guitar yet? Yes, I have played Strandberg guitars at guitar shows, and I have never owned one. Is it worth it? It's an interesting guitar. I think, will I ever buy one? Yeah, sure. Am I too crazy about it? No. Here's the thing with Strandbergs. So Strandberg guitars, let me show you this. So Strandberg guitars have this proprietary guitar neck shape called the Endure neck. Right? Here it is. It's a good image of it, right? As you guys can you see, let me just make this bigger for you. See how the neck has this edge on it, and the edge curves down, not in a straight line, but it curves away. Right? That is called an Endure neck. Essentially what it does, it creates a guardrail, a rail for your thumb as your thumb is moving around, right? And so what essentially happens here, let me just bring this back to its size. What essentially happens is that as you go from your lower registers to your higher registers on your guitar neck, so as you move, you know, from lower registers, and then you go to higher registers. See how you like your wrist somehow rotates a little? And what that means is that your thumb is moving at the back of the neck. And essentially what that thing does, that Endure neck does, it creates the guardrail. That feature on the neck is a good feature. It's not a bad feature to me at all, but not everybody likes it. I wasn't too crazy about it either. But it's an interesting feature. So I think the biggest thing about Strandbergs to keep in mind, I think, is that. That's like the biggest thing you have to consider. So again, play with one first. Go to a guitar store, pick up one, play with one, see how you feel about it. But there are some nice things about them too. They're very light. Their body bevels, the curvature on the body is very interesting, very ergonomic. The ones with floating bridges are not ideal to play in a classical position, because essentially this bit, let me take a better photo. There we go. Because this bit of the guitar essentially sits on your thigh. And if it's a floating bridge, you push this against your thigh, your guitar is going to get detuned. Right? So there are things like that to consider. But is it a good guitar, high quality guitar? Yeah, I think so. I really think it is. So that is your questions answered, hopefully. Alrighty. Shall we jump to the next item on the docket, y'all? Let's talk about this. I wanted to share. Okay, so this is the guitar that we talked about. Not so much, like we briefly mentioned this guitar in multiple different streams, but we really didn't dig deep into it, I think. And I thought I really wanted to dig deep into this one, especially if it's a new model that is out. So I thought let's have a chat about this guitar. And it's been a while since we covered and reviewed a PRS guitar. Like, again, we talked about it a little briefly, but didn't really dig too deep into it. This is the new SE Zack Myers signature guitar. This was a new one that they released in NAMM this year. Usually this guitar is in aqua blue. But this one, they brought one out in a purple burst, and I thought this is interesting. The reviews on this guitar, by the way, are off the chart. Like, Zack Myers is not that as well known as John Mayer, for example, right? John Mayer, rather. Zack Myers, John Mayer. I gotta practice that. Saying those names next to each other. But he's not as well known. But this guitar is really well regarded. And I still haven't got a chance to play with one. And like, it's on the list. Like, if I go to a store and I see one, I'm so gonna pick it up. Let's talk about the specs, and I'll tell you guys a couple of things that are different about this guitar comparing to the previous model. Check this out, by the way, before we do it. That veneer is killer, by the way. Look at that. What a veneer. This is not an actual top, this is the veneer, but it looks awesome. Like, they did such a good job. And perfect fret work. And then you got the headstock there. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's hear it first, actually. So, and then we'll talk about it. Let me stop the music. Please don't stop the music. We're in the Rihanna section of the stream now. All right, let's go.
What's up, everybody? My name is Zack Myers from Shinedown, and I'm here with PRS showing off my new signature model. This is the new guitar. We wanted to keep the integrity of the first guitar because of what the first guitar meant to me, what it meant to the company, what it meant to fans who played it. And I think my favorite part about the guitar is a lot of non-fans played it. You know, it was a guitar that, you know, whether people liked me or even disliked me or didn't like my band or had never heard of my band, loved the guitar. While the guitar is new, it still has many of the appointments that I guess I have heard made this guitar likable, which apparently a lot of you guys have bought it, which I appreciate from the bottom of my heart. And the things that stay the same, the knobs, my favorite bridge of all time, the PRS adjustable bridge, the wide fat neck, the satin wide fat neck, might I say, so you don't have to wear a fingerless glove to play. You can just play it and your hands won't get sticky on it. Having your own PRS guitar is indescribable completely, because as a kid, I just wanted to own one of these things. And
it's really interesting that he plays on distortion and that kind of music on a guitar like this. And the reason for that, when I say like this, I mean a semi-hollow guitar. Because usually, like, semi-hollow guitars, because the tone that comes out of it, the EQing of that sound, has a very, like, mid-emphasis, mid-low emphasis, because it's a hollow body guitar, right? Like, you know, the sound goes into the sound chamber, resonates the guitar differently, interacts with your pickups differently, and you get a less tight sound, more mid-low endy kind of a focus. And the fact that he gets that kind of a sound out of this guitar is really interesting. It's not ideal for tight low ends, this guitar, right? Just because of the sound hole, the F hole, no pun intended. But like, if this guitar didn't have the sound hole, boy oh boy, wouldn't that be a crazy guitar. A Les Paul shaped guitar. But nevertheless, this is the this was the sound of the guitar. You guys get a vibe of what kind of guitar it is and what is it made for. Man, wouldn't that be a perfect guitar for, you know, metal if it didn't have that sound hole. I mean, you can still play like rock with it pretty well, right? So, all right, these are the things that have changed in the newer version, and it's in a lot of SEs, by the way. So what PRS is doing is that they're moving the features of their lower end guitars, like the SEs and a lot of S2s too. They're moving those features more towards the core guitars, right? And it kind of makes sense because in any guitar market, and this is probably one of the reasons why I talk about a lot of expensive guitars on the streams, is because it's usually the expensive guitars, the guitars that have gone through R&E, you know, have gone through research and development, have gone through a learning curve for the company. It took them so while to develop it. Those guitars are always going to be expensive by nature just because of the cost of doing it, right? Doing all of those developments and everything else, research and everything else. But also, it's the expensive guitars are the ones that their changes has a ripple effect for the rest of the market. If your core model, US made core model, is more expensive and goes up in price, then it justifies you increasing the price of the lower end stuff too. And so the expensive stuff are the ones that create the direction in the market, is what I'm saying. And that's one of the main reasons probably why I cover them so much on the stream. Not because that, like, it's a lot of it's just me window shopping. A lot of them I can't even afford buying, right? But we talk about it because that not only takes you through the guitar, but it also takes you through like the boundaries of the guitar market and in which directions we're going next. It's the same thing applies here. What they also done is that they basically brought this SE model closer to the core. So now you have these vintage style tuners that when it says engineered to promote resonance, I'll move myself again. When down here says it's engineered to promote resonance, these are very lightweight plastic material vintage style tuners. And their philosophy is that the lighter you keep them, the better your neck is going to resonate. So they're essentially really lightweight plastic tuners that they're also doing on the core guitars. The other change that the new SEs have is, well, the 245S pickups are still there. However, the pickup rings now resemble the core model's shape. So again, another step to sort of bring it a little bit closer to what they have in the core models, right? Now, this guitar comes in still with two colors. So you got the Elderberry Burst, and then you have the Myers Blue. I genuinely don't, I love them both. I don't know which one I like better. I think they're great colors. But they kind of brought it a little closer to what the core model is going to be like. Doroteo says PRS World. Yeah. PRS World indeed. So with that said, let us talk about the specs of this guitar. So you have a semi-hollow body with a single F-hole. I feel weird about calling it an F-hole, to be honest with you. I think it's not polite. I'm going to call it the sound chamber. Okay, so it's a semi-hollow body with a sound chamber. How does that sound? That's better, right? So the top wood is maple. It's a flame maple veneer. Again, my lord, doesn't this look good? The veneer. Like, it looks awesome. It really does. Where are we? And it has mahogany backwood and a shallow violin top carve. They're giving them top carve now in the SEs too, by the way. So they're not as boxy and crazy anymore. So they're getting a bit of a top carve there. I like it. And it has a binding, has a cream binding. 22 frets. PRS's standard fret wire, for those of you who don't know, they're much closer to nickel silver as opposed to stainless steel. PRS still, I don't think they use stainless steel in their guitars at all. And in part, I know it's because they're really hard. Stainless steel, for those who don't know, like if you guys have ever, I'm not sure how many of you have, but if you get like a fret wire, like a long fret wire, and you pick it up and you're trying to bend it, despite the fact that it's so narrow and tiny and long, the stainless steel one is really hard to bend. It really is. And if you have like a fret wire bending tool, I'll show you guys. I got one right here actually. Hold on. And if you guys got a fret wire bending tool at home, if you have a stainless steel in there, stainless steel fret wire in there, and you're trying to bend it using this machine, using this tool, so you essentially put the fret wire in there, curve it down, get it from the other side, and depending on how high this thing is here, it curves and bends your fret wire differently. So if you put the stainless steel here and you do this to sort of like bend it and create the curvature, it's hard to do it like that because stainless steel is really like made of really like hard material. So now why can't I put it back to its place? All right, we'll just put it here for now. And then I sort it after the stream. But the point is that stainless steel is really rough. It's really hard. And well, that's one of the reasons why PRS doesn't use it. Now, does it mean that if you have it on a guitar, you need to service that fret and change those frets later? Like you don't need to change them as early? Yes. But doesn't mean that you're gonna have to change the fret wires next year? No. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting choice by PRS. Now, the scale length is shorter than your Gibson scale length goes. So it's not 24.75, it's 24.594. Like similar to PRS McCarty's. Neckwood is mahogany with a satin finish, multiply neck, double acting truss rod, wide fat neck shape. So talking about the neck width at the nut, what is that? 23 mils? 22 mils? Let's see. What's this in millimeters? 17.4? That doesn't make sense. Neck width at the nut is that, and then oh no, there we go. 1. That's the thing I missed. $42.8. Told you guys. Didn't I tell you? That's better. So yeah, it's a thick neck essentially is what I'm trying to say. Rosewood fretboard, 10-inch radius, with the birds inlays and all that, and you have the PRS adjustable hard stop tail. It's this baby. If I can show you guys a better photo of it, it's this. Really nice stop tail, by the way. If you guys have worked with it, it's very easy to. It's really easy to work with. Really stable too. And it comes with the 245S pickups, which. Correct me, you guys correct me if I'm wrong. Are these S's made in Korea? Let's see. Where are PRS pickups made? They're not made in Japan. South Korea, told ya. They're made in South Korea and more recently in Indonesia. I was right. So they're either South Korean or Indonesian in Cortec. And then comes in 1046 strings, standard tuning as expected, with a PRS gig bag as they always do. And it comes in 3 positions essentially, humbucker positions, and that's it. Three simple positions there. So yeah, I thought I really wanted to talk about this guitar because like we touched on this so much, like we touched on PRS stuff so much, but we haven't dug deep into a PRS guitar for a while. And this has been sitting in my mind for some time. So I thought, let us talk about it. So there we go. How are we feeling, YouTube? Twitch is pretty quiet today, but YouTube is a little active. I like it. How are we feeling? I think we've done a good job today. I really do think that. I think we've covered everything we wanted to cover for this stream. And we've been on for what, 2 hours, 15 minutes? That's athletic. We like that. So guys, I think that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Do you have any questions, any comments, any gossip, anything we need to do before we log off and you guys go and pick up the guitar and play late at night? I go and pick up the guitar, play not late at night because it's morning in Australia, but hey, you can pick up the guitar and play. Anything Doroteo says, real good job. Firm handshakes to you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If there's nothing else, everybody, I will love you and bid you farewell. That's right. As it's customary on this stream, remember, we live life only once. Play your guitar, do what you love. These seconds ain't coming back, baby. Doroteo says, what website or software do you use to learn songs? Ultimate Guitar. If I don't want to figure it out with ear and I just want something written, ultimateguitar.com. I just shared it earlier on the stream. Yeah. I'll put it in the chat for you if you want. I do have a membership with them, and I'm not sponsored by them. It's just a product that I use. So if you're interested, this is where I get all my tabs and chord diagrams for myself or my students, like for free. You don't have to have a membership to access anything. And I'm not sponsored as of this time. If they do something, like, don't be upset with me. That's just what I do. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Take a good care of yourself. Love y'all. I mean, have a great weekend, man. Stay healthy. I'll see you in the next video. Take a good care. Ciao.
Sorenzo, I'm lost inside your overflow. I'm standing, but I'm drifting. of Sorenzo.